Company is perhaps best known for selling SUVs and trucks, vehicles that critics say guzzle gas and contribute to global warming. So in recent years, Ford has been touting what it says are its efforts to become an environmental leader in the auto industry, with alternative fuel vehicle programs and promises of more to come. Why then are some consumers and government agencies so upset with Ford?
We are gathered here today to pay our last respects.
You're watching a funeral
to one of America's most beloved cars.
Who died?
The Think City all-electric vehicle.
An electric car.
I am driving my Think City for the last time.
But it could also be the death of a good idea.
How do you feel? I'm a little depressed.
People should have a choice of fuels.
San Francisco resident Mark Geller is a convert from someone who used to drive.
I had a gas guzzler.
To a new kind of driving.
The Think was a great car.
The Think City car, a car that doesn't pollute because it runs on electricity. And it was Ford Motor Company's vision for the future.
I thought, isn't it unbelievable? Ford is actually different than all the other car companies.
Different because to him, the car meant a new environmental commitment from Ford. Ford leased the cars to consumers in San Francisco, New York, and other cities, in part to meet mandates requiring automakers to lower emissions. So Geller got one.
The car was fantastic. It was the perfect size for the city, and it was really zippy.
He liked it so much he wanted to buy one. He says Ford told him he couldn't get this first test model. The salesperson assured him he'd be able to purchase the 2003 version.
They said they were in the process of making the new model.
It was even in Ford's brochure. So he says it came as quite a shock when Ford announced after those leases were up, it would take back all the Think cars on the road, and there would be no more.
I felt like they were kicking us. I mean, they had made a promise.
Ford Motor Company. They're known for their popular SUVs and trucks, but critics call them gas guzzlers that pollute the environment. And the EPA now says Ford has the worst fuel mileage of any automaker in the U.S. So in recent years, Ford has promised to do more to help clean up the environment with better fuel mileage and new technologies. It's all part of what Ford calls the greening of the blue oval. But now, environmentalists and others are asking whether the company really wants to help clean up the environment or just clean up its image.
There's a term for what Ford's been doing. It's called greenwashing.
Russell Long is a San Francisco environmental activist.
So they talk the talk about protecting the environment, but on the other hand, they create just as much pollution or more than they ever used to.
And for people like Rick Ruvolo, head of the City of San Francisco's Clean Air Program,
we need to move quickly. We simply can't wait.
Fighting that pollution is the top priority.
People are getting sick in this town and around the country from the effects of auto emissions.
So Ruvolo started replacing city vehicles with cars that run on a cleaner fuel called compressed natural gas, or CNG. And who did he partner with? Ford Motor Company.
We thought that partnership was solid.
So solid, the city bought hundreds of natural gas vehicles over the past 5 years. Operators at the San Francisco airport did too. Ford sold about 100 taxis run on CNG, plus dozens of hotel shuttles and vans. All part of the company's promise to help cities clear their air. But then, earlier this year, Ford said it would quit making those vehicles too.
Ford's decision to suddenly stop making their entire compressed natural gas line of vehicles was stunning.
This was a real surprise to you.
Absolutely. I mean, they had spent millions and millions and millions of dollars creating this image as the green automaker. How could they simply walk away from the only products that supported that reputation?
So the city sent Ford this letter saying the company's decision leaves San Francisco without important options to support clean air policies. And it's not just the Bay Area. We obtained these letters sent to Ford from places like Los Angeles, where a county supervisor told Ford, I would urge you to reconsider. New York, where the state said it will most certainly be adversely affected. Philadelphia, where officials said the decision would cause the loss of many jobs. And others, all asking Ford not to stop selling natural gas vehicles.
It's one broken promise after another.
That's why Russell Long and his group Blue Water Network took out these full-page ads in the New York Times, blasting Ford and even depicting company leader Bill Ford as Pinocchio. You're calling him a liar there, essentially.
Well, we're not saying he's a liar. We're saying he broke his word. And there's a consequence to that.
Well, I think that's unfair.
She's Sue Siskey with Ford's Environmental Division.
We really do care. Bill Ford is a tremendous leader who's very focused on the environment.
But even Siskey admits Ford has some work to do.
We're behind improving fuel efficiency of our vehicles. There's no doubt about that.
So why would Ford stop making those natural gas vehicles?
I mean, haven't some of these people been left high and dry?
Well, we try not to do that with our suppliers and our customers as well. We found that our side of it didn't make business sense and we had to pull out, so that leaves them out of the picture.
Siskey says instead, this is what Ford is investing in. Cars run on hydrogen fuel cell technology for the future and a new gas-electric hybrid Ford Escape with better fuel mileage.
We are building what our customers want. We have to be a customer-driven business.
But neither of those vehicles help Ford's other customer, the city of San Francisco, to replace all those cars, taxis, and shuttles.
The question is, what does the city of San Francisco do now to fill this gap?
Well, that's a good question. I don't really know what to tell them.
So what about the Think City car? Mark Geller says knowing there would be no more, he and other drivers wanted to buy their test cars, but then learned Ford was planning to do something else with the cars, crush them, which is why they held that funeral.
Let's buy an electric car.
Yeah, I'll buy one too.
This was an experiment to find out if this is technology that had any future, and we found that it didn't.
But these were popular cars with the people who had them.
Right, but is that really where you think the American auto industry is going?
Well, what
to
about
a bunch of little go-karts that are driving around? But at the end of the day, it didn't fit with our business model.
They had more customers than cars.
But for Mark Geller, it's simple. He changed. Why not Ford?
A car company should not be allowed to take a non-polluting, non-gas using car and destroy it and insist that someone buy something that pollutes.
So what did happen to all those Think electric cars? After international protests by activist groups, including Greenpeace, Ford backed down from its plan to crush those test cars and said instead it will ship them to Norway, where there are now consumers waiting to buy them. And San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom recently announced an even more ambitious program to clean up the air in the Bay Area. So city officials say they'll be scrambling to find other clean vehicles to replace those Fords.